Welcome to Car Questions. What we have here is the electronic steering lock from a whole host of Mercedes-Benzes made from around 2008 up that have an electronic steering lock. Let's see why this thing fails. This usually fails. It's got a printed circuit board in it, and it's got mechanical bits, a gear. That's the cover off. It's just got a pin there and a spring here. That's about it for that. And then we're over to this. Now on this one, you can actually see it's a little bit dark. There's the motor down there. The thing that goes on these things isn't the circuit board. It's the motor. The brushes wear down like on any DC motor, and it stops spinning after a while. How do you get it apart is you remove one screw out of it in the corner here, little Torx. I've already removed it. It's right here actually. Little Torx, goes right there. No tricks to it. And then you start levering it up very carefully, very gently, trying to lift it up and out. And keep it as horizontal as possible when you're doing this, and out it comes. There we go. Just put that down, put this back into place right away, and you have this piece has to go in the front, and just look at its orientation. There's the piece. There's a cutout on that side. It has to go down and in. And we'll just set that aside for now. There's nothing to do at this point. Over here, you have the motor, and it's simply attached by some pegs at the bottom. So just get yourself a screwdriver and just lever it up very gently. And then pull it out. You can see all the dark brush debris from the motor. This motor was working when we took it out. It had failed once or twice, but if you gave it a tap, it still went. You can see the debris there. The circuit board's fine. It's working. It's functioning. We took it out. It was going. So there's nothing wrong with this one. So what you'll find on Amazon and a million other places is another motor. There's the package it came in, and it costs like 20 bucks. And you know, if you got Amazon Prime or whatever you got, it comes the next day. It's already got the gear fitted to it, and all you have to do is get those oriented, that opening, it's not on this side, it's on that, and push it down onto those pins right there. Just like so. Come on. There we go. That's on. Then the next thing you should do is just get some grease and put some on that worm gear there. That's how. Maybe put some on the gear over here without turning it like I just did. You don't want to turn this. If you can keep it from moving, and you removed this ESL device from the car with the latch withdrawn, which is the way to do it. You don't want to get into that situation where it's the latch is stuck out, because it makes it really hard to get it out of the car. You have to take off the whole steering column and remove the steering column and put it on a bench. The one we did today, we did not have to remove it and put it on a bench. We did have to undo it and fiddle around with it, but it's still in the car. I just put a little bit of grease on there to keep that thing stuck in. This is in the right place. If you have it in the right place, everything's good. That other piece will go up and down nicely. That's the orientation, exactly like it was when it came off. Do not move that wheel. Then after that, we're simply going to put this back in. There you go. And put it down like that. And down she goes. There we go. There we go. You can clean off a little bit of that dust if you don't like it, but other than that, put your cover back on. Put the bolt back in first. Put your cover back on, and you're good to go. Put the pins back in, and you're good to go. Reinstall it back in the car. So that's what goes wrong. This is what goes wrong with these ESL motors. So let's see what the root cause of this failure is. Everybody says it's the motor, and it is, because I replaced it in that electronic steering lock, and it works perfectly. So let's just try to get this motor apart. Let's see what the issue is. Did we get that bent far enough? There we go. Try to do the other one. Move that back a bit. Force out the small metal stamping. Come on. I think there we go. I think we got that. Now, let's see. Here we go. Carefully remove that. And what do we have? Wow, that's a lot of carbon. An awful lot of carbon. Wow. You know, this is all black, completely black, because of the carbon brushes. It's all supposed to be this white color inside. You know, it's not supposed to be like that. I don't know if you can see it, but right there is where the brush is supposed to be, and it's, that one is still partially there. This one's gone completely. This car had about 120,000 miles on it. In Canada, that's about 210,000 kilometers. So that's the failure. The failure is poor design. What they should have used was a brushless DC motor. That's more high tech. And considering Mercedes is always bragging about the latest technology, they relied on old technology for a critical part. This thing cripples your car. When that little brush disintegrates after years and years of use and wearing brushes in a DC motor, that's just normal. All DC motors that have brushes are less reliable and dependable than a brushless system where they don't use anything like this and it doesn't touch a commutator and rub and wear out. They just don't, not like these do. So this is a poor choice. This motor should have been a brushless one. You know, look at the commutators, just messed up. Surprising this thing worked at all. And we got to it, it was still working. And only because that contact's copper, it still worked. But you can see the brush is just disintegrated. Look at all the junk in that thing. Just incredible. how much junk is in. Let's see if I can get a better picture of that with some more light. It's just incredibly crapped up. And you can see right there, you can see the two brush holders. One brush has a little bit of carbon left on it. The other one's just gone. Poor design. This should be a recall. Absolutely. You could park your car, take the key out, and then realize you've parked in the wrong spot, like for emergency vehicles, and all of a sudden there's an ambulance behind you. You go to stick the key back in, turn the car on, and this thing's dead. So that can endanger other people's lives as well as your own. I don't see why NHTSA wouldn't recall this, except Mercedes will argue, oh, the car's perfectly safe. If it doesn't run, you can't hurt yourself. Yeah, but you could hurt others. And other cars have been recalled for a steering lock malfunction. Nissan Maxima comes to mind back in 08 or 09 and 10, and C5 Corvettes. They were recalled for a steering lock malfunction. Not Mercedes. And this thing cripples your car, and it will wear out. It's not a matter of when this will happen, it's not a matter of if it'll happen, it's a matter of when it's going to happen. So if you've got a Mercedes, and there's about 61 different models that are covered that use this steering lock motor, possibly much more, from about 08 to 2015, S-Series cars, E-Series cars, C-Series cars, G-Series cars, AMG as well. They all use the same steering lock. You go to Mercedes parts, look them up, you'll find them. All the models, 61 by Mercedes count, and that's probably underestimating how many they've done. And it's all because they use this cheap choice of, look at that, of part. Should have been a brushless DC motor instead of this typical old technology brush type DC motor. Absolutely unforgivable. Your car's junk after this. You can't get it to run. It has to be towed. Unbelievable. Anyway, I hope this helps. If you've got this problem where you stick your key in the ignition and nothing happens, the steering wheel won't unlock and there is absolutely no power when you go to turn the key, this is the likely culprit. And especially if the car has got a lot of miles on it. This is a crippling thing. Costs $2,500 in Canada to fix it. If you're just your regular person, it's not a Mr. Fix-It. I don't recommend people even attempting to do this job, do-it-yourselfer, because it's professional level stuff. But if you want to tackle it, go ahead and try it. A lot of people have, and some successfully, some not so successfully, went and replaced this motor. You can try it, but I don't recommend it. It's difficult. It's not easy. Anyway, thanks for watching Car Questions. Please subscribe. Like, smash something, whatever it is you guys do, smash the like button. I guess that's the newest thing to do, or what they're saying anyway, I don't know. Cheers from Canada. Thanks.